Yo, 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 what's the word? What's poppin'? What's the deal, my babies? We back at this thing again, man. This is Michigan's new pod, and I am your host, Tay, aka Podcast Tay. And man, I'm here again. We got some big news coming out from the Lions, man. We talking Detroit grit, baby. We got a lot to talk about as far as some Detroit grit. And we got a lot to talk about, period, man. So please sit with me, walk with me, talk with me, and let's get into it. So, man, first things first, man. We're going to go over the Lions, and after that, we're going to go over some breaking news. So, first things first, Lions joint practices. So, man, Lions joint practices, this was day 2. I did not report on day 1. This is day 2, so we're going to do day 1 and day 2 combined. All over the board, it's been nothing but exactly what you expect a lion would do to a dolphin. And they have been mutilating them boys. It ain't been pretty. They've been getting some whoopings on off. They've been getting BTA'd, belt to the whole camp. The Miami Dolphins have getting the BTA, that good belt, the whole camp. So, long story short, man, listen. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jared Goff, David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs, J-Mo. I saying any names unfamiliar? Absolutely not. But these boys have been showing up and showing out. I don't know if you guys have seen the clips. I can't show them here, but I encourage you to look up the joint practice clips to see exactly what has been going on. But man, I will tell you right now, I know it's only been one joint practice. However, this is equivalent to a preseason game for the starters because they don't play preseason. They don't play starters in preseason as much as they used to. So this is a real indication of how your team is developing and what they're doing. And we have been getting a lot on offense and we've been getting a lot on defense. So let's go into the offense first. Amon-Ra St. Brown, like I say, he has been as advertised, more than as advertised. I think J-Mo may have stole a little bit of his light during training camp. So all the stories have been on J-Mo. But Amon-Ra St. Brown. That man, I'm telling you about that man right there, man. That ain't no boy. Listen, what I've got from this, Amon-Ra St. Brown, he's making a statement. We'll get into what that statement is. But he's been having a great rapport with Amon-Ra St. Brown. We got a couple of passing touchdowns from Amon-Ra St. Brown. We got a couple of passing touchdowns to J-Mo. We got a passing touchdown, I believe, to Montgomery as well. A lot of touchdowns every day. Offense is doing well. Offensive line doing very well. Something we were so concerned about, losing Decker, losing Frank Ragnow. You know, we were really worried, did we have enough on that offensive line? And facing another team's starters and seeing what we got, it looked damn good. I've heard no reports of a sack on Jared Goff, and I've also heard no reports of Jared Goff throwing any INTs. So we are off to a great pace, and it's something to really look forward to. Isaac TeSlaa, what did I tell you? It's documented. I said it in my first video. I said Isaac TeSlaa is going to get reps in with the ones, and he has been. He's been getting his reps in with the ones. He's getting his nose down deep in there dirty, and he's blocking. It's a lot of good stuff going on right now, man. What a time to be alive if you had to pick a side to be on for, preseason success. This is the side you want to be on. These boys are showing up. They're showing out. You can see that they understood, and that's what I said you should expect from Johnny Moe and Calvin Shepard. What did I say? I said they can adjust. They can make changes. Every player who looked terrible in the Hall of Fame game looked a whole lot better come week 1 of the preseason in the game we won. So lots of development there. It's not the same offense as that week, and it won't be the same offense as when we start. As opposed to last year, something you should be very, very excited about is last year it took about week 5 for the offense to look like it had a pulse. This year, it's not going to take till week 5. We already got that pulse. You can argue that since these coaches have been in this regime, there is a level of consistency or familiarity that they have, which is why it's basically like we're just taking another step forward. I know everybody expected for us to take steps backwards, but this offense and defense, this team, they were never trying to reinvent the wheel, which is why they didn't hire a new head coach. That's a sign they want to reinvent the wheel. They said they wanted to hire from within. Everybody wanted to pee on themselves about that, but it sounds like it's working out very well so far. If we scroll down to the defense, Aiden Hutchinson has been more than a menace. He's been probably equivalent to the devil if you're an offensive player. Not someone you want to really be affiliated with, not someone you want to deal with. That's been Aiden Hutchinson. He has been Debo. He has been the schoolyard bully. He has been all of that and then some. He has been relentless, as he always has been. Throughout all of my gripes for Aiden Hutchinson, he's never not been relentless, and that's exactly what he's been in this joint practices, and that's what we like to see. Terrion Arnold taking a step forward. He's been doing really well at covering. This defense has been getting a lot of pressure. We didn't think we could get pressure. But also, Mr. Davenport, he's been doing very, very well. Very well, getting pressure, getting some sacks. This defense has been also having a lot of sacks in these joint practices as well, getting a whole lot of pressure. So all of these things that all of the Lions fans, all of the beat reporter, the media, the big boys, ESPN or whatever, we all had concerns and didn't think it was even possible for us to administer and develop a good defensive pressure, good offensive line. But it just seems like all of those things that they said were just mere falsehoods at this point. It seems like the Lions stayed focused, the Lions stayed confident in the plan, and that's where they're at. And it seems to be showing. It seems to be showing. They are getting better every single day, and that's what you want to hear. They're getting better every single day. Still got some flags. However, that's not outside. Offensively, we got some flags, but that's not outside of what you should expect when you have such a dynamic offense. You got all these different types of players. These offensive linemen do not have it easy dealing with so many different types of speed. You got the speed of J-Mo, the speed of Gibbs, the speed of Montgomery. He's not a slow guy, but he runs different than Gibbs. Everything is it's going to take time. But do not get concerned with the flags. Do not get concerned with the things you don't see. Because as long as you see development, as long as you see growth and production, by week 1, it'll be solved. It'll be solved by week 2, by week 3 at least. It'll be solved, and that's what you need, because you already know the Lions they're going for sure to have a great winning season. Now, will it be 15 wins? Absolutely not. I don't see it in any world where they get 15 wins, but you don't need 15 wins. The goal is the Super Bowl, people. Let's not forget that. Say it with me. I don't care how many wins you have. Let's go to the playoffs. Let's advance. Let's win to the Super Bowl. I don't care if we get in as a wild card team. I really don't. You got people just think that you're supposed to win every single game. That's not how it works. I don't care if you lose. You're supposed to lose. There's not a player in the entirety of NFL's history that has not been on a team that has lost a game. So let's remember that and think about that while we so concerned when they lose. I hate that, man. Everybody lose their lid like you're supposed to win every single game in the NFL, where these other guys are working just as hard as you, just as big as you, just as strong as you, just as fast as you, put in just as much film study as you, maybe more for some of them. Why wouldn't they win games too? They got player coaches as well, coaches who used to play the game. They got that too. They got $100 million contract guys too. Stop thinking so high on your horse and be real, Detroit. We're gonna lose. It's okay. That don't mean we lost in the end. Let's focus on that end result. Now, I would like to touch on something as well. This is something that I thought I didn't have any proof to go off of to say it, and it's very early. But if I was to have an early prediction, a hot take, I think you got 4 players on this team that are going to make a mighty, mighty high claim and statement. I think that they're going to have a lot to say about 2 awards, and that's Offensive Player of the Year and the MVP. Let's talk about Jared Goff and the MVP for a second. I personally think this is a year Jared Goff can honestly contend and compete for the MVP. He was top 5 last year amongst all his flaws, right? Had about 3-4 games where interceptions were just inevitable, and he just couldn't stop throwing them. All that entailed, he still was top 5 in the MVP voting. If he lessens those turnovers, guess what that means? Those are more times that the receivers catch the ball. Guess what that means? Those are more times we get positive yards. Guess what that means? That means there are more yards to attribute to his stat sheet, and that raises him in the MVP voting. The person who won the MVP did not have as many wins as Jared Goff. So it goes to show you there was more for him to do to obtain the MVP. And I agree with that. I don't think he deserved the MVP last year. But I think Jared Goff, when you think about what he's working with, when you think about the development, who Jahmyr Gibbs was alone last year, let alone him taking a step forward. When you think about Amon-Ra St. Brown taking a step forward, because he's taking a step forward. I can see that from these joint practices. Amon-Ra St. Brown has been very reliable. I think of him as a reliable, durable, consistent player. I don't think of him as a big play guy or a difficult contested catch guy. However, he's done it. He's definitely done it. I ain't slandering the man. He's done it. But from what I've seen from these joint practices, these catches he's making, dude, it looked like the type of catches you see. I would say the big catch guys, not the best receivers in the league, and not to say a couple of these guys aren't, but the big catch guys. Justin Jefferson, really big catches. Jamar Chase, really big catches. George Pickens, really big catches. Garrett Wilson, really big catches. Those guys who make the catch where it's like, bro, he did not just catch that ball. No, he didn't. Run it back. Did he? Like, he caught it, and you half excited. You, wait a minute, he caught that? Yeah, that's what Amon-Ra St. Brown was doing. Caught the ball on a guy's helmet, tucked it in, and scored the touchdown. I'm telling you a real story. This is true stuff. I'm telling you. So, we'll get to that. But with Jared Goff having all of that, I don't see how he doesn't take a step forward as well. Him having Johnny Moe, the offense being a bit simpler. See, I was never a huge Ben Johnson fan, so I might be in the minority. I'm not saying I didn't like him. But I feel like his trick plays kind of made his legacy. And I'm not saying I don't like trick plays, but I'm saying that I didn't see too many in the Super Bowl from the team that won. Or the previous Super Bowl, or the previous Super Bowl, or the previous Super Bowl. I'm not really too concerned with the things teams do that don't hold the trophy. I care about what the teams do that hold the trophy. And the team that held it last year did not run a bunch of trick plays throughout the season or in that Super Bowl. So less trick plays. I'm all for it. It keeps you focused. Let the quarterback be the quarterback. Let the running back be the running back. Let the receiver be the receiver. It just keeps everybody focused. Let's just do that and everybody be damn good at their job and we'll have a successful season. So I'm a fan. So I think Jared Goff is going to make a statement for the MVP this year. I think it's been the same 3 guys, and I think they want to actually make it. I think someone else deserves the MVP outside of Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, or Patrick Mahomes. That needs to happen. They want it to happen because the more they spread it, the more money that they make. See, you make money off other teams that don't get to be victorious because they're not used to winning. If you give them a winner, they'll splurge on it. They'll go crazy about it. So I'm super excited at the fact that this is happening, and I think it's a very real possibility for Jared Goff. Now let's move on to the OPY, Offensive Player of the Year. I think somebody's going to make a high claim, and that is ASB, the Sun God, Mr. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Listen, like I say, I know what I saw from Amon-Ra. If I just said Jared Goff is going to take a step forward, what does that mean for Amon-Ra, who had over 1,000 yards last season? Well, I would say with some more consistency from your quarterback and with you taking a step forward, I would say you take a step forward as well. I think Amon-Ra St. Brown has something to prove because he is one and the same for Jared Goff. Both amazing, one of the best at their positions, and never get the credit for it. They can put up any accolade they want to. They'll never get the credit for it. Jared Goff, I call it the Detroit tax. The Detroit tax is when a player is really good, but since they're on the Lions, since they're honestly on any Detroit team, they never get elevated to where they're supposed to be because of that losing culture we've had. And Jared Goff is paying some Detroit tax, and so is Amon-Ra St. Brown. And it kicks in harder when you're not the flashiest, and neither one of them have been the flashiest. However, with what I've seen from Amon-Ra St. Brown, if you like flashy, if you like to say, whoa, if you like to say, oh, he coming. I'm telling you, he coming. And also, I think that Johnny Morton saying that he is going to get everybody a chance to get it up the field, to get down the field and make a play. He said there'll be a lot more deep passes this year. And honestly, I do believe that may have been something this offense was missing. I mean, even though everyone likes to say Goff sucks, he can't throw the deep ball or whatever, there is no data to prove that. All the data and numbers prove the exact opposite. All the numbers and data, not the stuff you see but you don't like because he didn't roll out the pocket, and then he didn't hit the Dougie, and then he didn't hurdle over 3 guys, and then he didn't cut back the other way and go in the backfield for 10 extra more yards, and then he didn't run back up and throw it 40 yards. It's not as good when he does it. But the numbers say he's one of the best throwers of the deep ball in the whole NFL. Yeah, including your favorite Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, those other guys who are also in the NFL that aren't as good. That are better than Goff, and Goff isn't as good. Yeah, he throws the deep ball more accurately than them. So just pay attention. I think somebody who's going to come in close second for Offensive Player of the Year, if they don't win it as well as, two other people, Jahmyr Gibbs and J-Mo. J-Mo's makeup is really different than Amon-Ra's. J-Mo from day one has just had that star power. He just has. He's just, Amon-Ra's working to be that big play guy like J-Mo. J-Mo already had it. His makeup, his build, his speed, it gives him the leverage to be the star receiver on this team. Amon-Ra got here first. Don't take it as disrespect. Amon-Ra is one of my favorite receivers for his consistency in his hands and his intelligence. But J-Mo's makeup allows him to off-rip compete with Ja'Marr Chase, with Justin Jefferson. See, everybody on this Detroit Lions team, by design, you'll never get the credit you deserve. You're not in a place where you can truly be the number one. You're not. It's too many good guys. They don't have these problems in Cincinnati. They don't have these problems in Minnesota. Justin Jefferson's there. He's not sharing that with nobody, though. Who's he sharing that with? If Justin Jefferson gets 2,200 yards, which he probably could, it's not a mystery as to see why he doesn't have Amon-Ra. He doesn't have another Justin Jefferson. He doesn't have a Garrett Wilson. He doesn't have a Jalen Waddle. He doesn't have a J-Mo. He definitely ain't got a J-Mo. He doesn't have any of that. He doesn't have an Isaac Tesla. And I know we haven't seen him yet, but I'm just saying. he doesn't have anybody to even halfway threaten him. The ball is always going to him. Unless he's just, oh, he's completely covered. We can't throw that ball. That's the only time the ball doesn't come to him. However, I think that J-Mo is going to fight with Amon-Ra and Gibbs because, Gibbs, that dude is special. They all special. That's the crazy part. Like, they're all so special in their own way, and I couldn't be more honest when I say that. But Gibbs is going to make a claim as well. I think Gibbs is going to make a claim as well. He's going to have more rush yards this year. I think he takes a step forward going north and south, which is scary to hear because he was already good at going north and south. But him taking another step, man. But I'll tell you one thing. If I was a betting man, I'd say the Lions got three contenders for Offensive Player of the Year. Hands down. I think the Lions have one potential MVP, maybe even two. I don't know. I don't know how it's all going to play out. One for sure in Jared Goff, but Offensive Player of the Year, I think we got three guys that got something to say. And I got to show some respect to the defense again. I think we all expect Aiden Hutchinson to make a claim for DP, Defensive Player of the Year. I think we all expect him to do that. I think we all kind of expect him to win it. I don't know who he'd... See, Myles Garrett is Myles Garrett. But I don't see Myles Garrett winning it this year. Disingenuous on my end because I don't know. I just feel like Aiden Hutchinson was going to win it. I don't know if that's me just being a Lions fan, but I don't see a reason why he doesn't win that award. I really don't. Honestly, the only people I can see competing with him are the people on our team. Again, only people who are going to be far and few between, like, better at their positions are DBs. We got the best DB room in the whole NFL. The number 1 and number 2 are on your team at the same damn time. I mean, at the same time. So, I definitely see a world where it could be Brian Branch could make a claim. Kirby Joseph could definitely make a claim. But, of course, if we had to pick out of the three, you're going Hutch. I think it's his time. I think Hutch is probably more angry than he's ever been when it came to football. He probably could have won it last year and he gets injured and he's not even an injured-prone player. Boy, oh boy, I feel sorry for the people who got to line up against him. I do. Hell, I see what he's doing at practice with Penei. He giving Penei some fits, and Penei's my guy. Best offensive offensive lineman in the whole NFL. Yeah, I said it, because it's true. He's been giving him fits. So I can only imagine what he's going to do to not Penei. So that's that as far as my Detroit Lions report for you guys. However, we got some other stuff to talk about. Come on in, let's have a chat, shall we? I'm gonna ask everybody to point their attention to let's see, it's my left, the bottom middle right corner of your screen, kind of close. You see that? We got some Michigan gear back here. Now, I love Michigan sports. Some teams I love more than others. I will admit that. But, Michigan fans, I just want to alarm you. Tomorrow, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 4 p.m., your world will be destroyed. I repeat, red alert, bomb threat, nuke, the purge. It's all coming at you at the same time. It's finna be bad for you, Michigan fans. I'm just letting you know now. The NCAA has came out and reported that the official punishment for the Michigan sign stealing will come out tomorrow. I hope to Jesus they release it in the morning, but for some reason I think they're going to play with us until like later in the day. Oh man, I hope it's the morning. Michigan fans, we never had this conversation before. The sign stealing. Now, I'm going to be brief. I could go on about this for 3 hours because I played football. I played football for a majority of my life. I was a starter before. I was not a starter before. I played football. I played offense. I played defense. I understand all of it. Only position I didn't play was quarterback or offensive lineman. Literally. I played wide receiver. I played running back. I played defensive back. I played linebacker. I played D-tackle. I played all of that. So, the amount of disrespect and disingenuousness that I hear from the leaders at best is a bunch of BS. It's a bunch of words that I wish I could use that I can't. For you, let me explain one thing really, really quickly. Michigan fan, I'm going to ask for one thing from you tomorrow, okay? When the punishment comes out, do not say the word cheeseburger because it's not about a cheeseburger. Do not say everybody does it because everybody does not do it. Does everyone cheat? To some degree, yes. I don't think it's an organization in the NCAA that follows every single rule and every single guideline. However, what I do know is this. If you're the only ones who get caught doing something and they got teams with over 10 national championships, why would I waste my time on you? If I wanted to bring someone down, if I wanted to ruin a legacy, why wouldn't I go after a winner? You haven't won nothing up until 2 years ago. And you had to cheat to do it. And you cheated against bad teams to do it. Teams where you didn't even have to practice for. But you still cheated. It's so important because when I will tell you this much, if you don't think this stuff is important, have a moment to yourself tonight, tomorrow, some point. Please watch the Connor Stalions thing on Netflix. It's still on Netflix. Please watch the work this man put in to understand someone else's plays, to have someone else's playbook. I'm sorry to break it to you. I know you just think that J.J. McCarthy's going to win the NFL MVP because he's that great. You see where Blake Corum's at. He's going to win Offensive Player of the Year because he's so great. He was a part of that team. And I know you think all these guys are just the best, even though they've done nothing after they went to the NFL. None of them's done anything. None of them has been the top, the best, the top 10 at anything. The best thing you got off that team is Mikey Sanders. Is it Sandstrel or Sanderstrel? Sandstrel, I'll say. Mikey. You got Mikey. Mikey's not a top 5 DB in the league. And that's the best you got. That's the best you got from that team. So if the players didn't even come to the NFL and perform as the best, as any of the best, not even the top 10, come on now. Obviously, y'all wasn't. Let me not go there. The players obviously were not the players of Georgia. Were not the players of Bama. Did you beat Bama? Yes, you beat Bama. Of course you beat Bama. Bama was very bad. Bama had some coaching issues. And you also cheated. You got to remember that too. When you got people's plays, man, you can't run one. You remember playing Madden? What's the number one rule? See, kids today don't play as much split screen on Madden. What's the number one rule when you playing split screen on Madden? Don't look at the what? Don't look at somebody what? Don't look at somebody plays. Because that's what? It's cheating. Well, why? Why is it cheating in a video game but not real life? That's weird. That's very odd. Maybe it's because if I know your schemes, I know how to counter it, and then I win. Who puts in years worth of work at something to not benefit from it? Michigan has been cheating caught since 2023. since 2023. The head coach leaves after the national title. Says he's not going back to the NCAA. Then says he doesn't know the person who was the hired cheater. This would all be a bit more believable if Connor Stalions didn't do that Netflix thing, which is why I encourage all of you to please go watch that. But it's cheating. And it's disgusting. And, you know, tear me down for it, rip my head off for it. I know y'all gonna come at me. We got a lot of Michigan fans here in Michigan, of course. Especially since they just won something. So now we got fans coming out the woodworks. But when you have someone else's game plan, it's not much you can do. When you look at the success of them and factor in the fact, emphasis on the word fact, that they cheated. The fact that you guys can't even acknowledge it and just say, yeah, we cheated. We took all those plays. We won a natty and there's nothing you can do. Because the natty's not going away. It's not. I hate cheaters, so, you know, do I like that? Not really. But, and I wouldn't like it if it was my team either. That would take away from it all. That would make me not believe in you. How can I believe in you and you didn't even really accomplish what you accomplished? It's not real. I like real stuff, people. I know with all this technology and Instagram and everything, y'all are into the fake now. I like the real stuff, though. And that's not real. So, just to give you guys a sneak peek via my sources, it's not looking good. There's probably going to be some recruiting sanctions. There's a possibility you might lose Bryce Young, not by force, but by the outcome of what's to come. And it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good at all. They want more punishment outside of Sharon Moore sitting out 2 games he doesn't need to be there for. They want more punishment. So, tomorrow, Michigan fans, all I ask is that you sit there and you take your medicine. And I can't believe I have to ask that of people who already got the reward. Like, you already won. Like, why are you being weird about it? You won. You cheated. We saw you cheating. The cheater came out and said, hey, it's a net of us. Like, it's a whole thing. We cheat together. We cheat for each other. And I was the start of this because they have never seen cheating done the way I can do it. The man has a over 2,000-page manifesto. He has a map. He has spreadsheets. And this is not just hearsay. He say is what it is because he said it. Let's take our medicine tomorrow, Michigan fans. Let's come to reality. Let's put on a big girl draws and a big boy draws, whatever you want to say. And accept it. Because you won anyway. This your boy Podcast Tay, a.k.a. Tay. This is Michigan's new pod. I hope y'all having a great evening. I hope y'all have a blessed night, man. Please come back. Please tap in. Please kick it with your boy, man. Come on now. We family. You too, Michigan fans. I don't hate you. I just don't approve of what you did. I don't hate you at all. Shout out to Bryce Young. Went to the same high school. So, man, hey, congratulations on that natty, but take the punishment like a man. This your boy Tay, man. I'm out.